assure you, Lady Arabelle, I'm more committed than ever to the Society of the Steadfast's mission of peace.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Captain. Ah, good, you're back. Captain Marguerite and I were just having the most illuminating discussion, dear. Other than some misdirection at the end, Lord Bacaro never allowed his clandestine activities with the Ascendant Order to spill over into the Society of the Steadfast. Yes, dear, I am. Captain Marguerite's reputation is impeccable, and I've begun to study their ledgers. Nothing is amiss. I'll get someone I trust to perform a thorough investigation, but the Society has done too much good to shut it down now. Just about. Preparations are underway at All Flags Islet, but I have a task for you. I'd like you to invite Count Stefan, Druid Laurel, and Druid Ravana for the talks. They deserve to have a voice in the proceedings. Captain Zaji and Casca, too. I think Zaji and Casca should get to see the negotiations unfold, but to have them participate, oh goodness no, dear. So, invite Stefan, Laurel, and the rest, and remind Stefan I'm depending on House Mornard for added security. Count Stefan will be at Castle Mornard, and Druid Laurel should be in the Vines District in Bastille. Zaji's likely at the docks here in Gonfalon Bay, and Druid Ravana is at her workshop here on High Isle, just west of the city. We've been trying to get the leaders of all three alliances to the table since this whole affair began. It's been sponsored by the Society of the Steadfast. There are no guarantees, but this is our best chance to end the Three Banners War. I won't keep that a secret from High King Emmerich and the others, but I will urge them to see the talks through, despite their less than honorable beginnings. This is a real chance for lasting peace, and I damn well plan to make that happen.
Rogue knights, druid prophecies, erupting volcanoes. If it's not one thing, it's another.
Surely the mainland doesn't have these kinds of problems. It's just looking for us a mainlander hero was around to lend a hand.
Still, I'm seriously reconsidering my decision to move to the archipelago.
Blight it all. We have to find a way for the circles to work together. The Elder Tide are willing, but we have yet to choose new leaders. And we still distrust the Firesong.
The Firesong are aware of our mistakes. We don't expect forgiveness, but we want a chance to make amends. I promise our next leader will have less aggressive aspirations.
Blight and damnation. Trying to get the druid circles to agree on anything is like trying to herd fawns. But you're not here to deal with my problems. Not this time. What can I do for you, my friend? Really? After you just saw my negotiating skills in action? Wait, you're serious? Well, why not? I definitely want what's best for my people. And maybe I can learn something watching the Alliance leaders. I'll be happy to attend. And just between us, the talks with the Druid circles aren't going too badly. I just lose patience sometimes. I want everything to happen right now. But flowers blossom when they're ready, am I right? What? Did Stefan say something? What are you asking? Count Stefan and I are getting along fine. Never better. And I'd rather not talk about this at the moment, if that's all the same to you. Was all this bloodshed really the result of a druidic prophecy, Galfin?
I'm afraid so, Freda. Sometimes religious conviction can drive even the best of us to do...
Captain Marguerite was as good as her word. Get those supplies distributed at once.
Right away, Count Stefan.
Friend, welcome back to Castle Mornard. Lady Arabelle told me to trust Captain Marguerite, and so far so good. The Society of the Steadfast restarted their relief efforts, and things have been moving smoothly ever since. But what brings you back to Galen, friend? Does she now? And what role would a minor count play in discussions concerning the greater fate of all of Tamriel? No, forgive me, friend. It's just been a lot lately. Of course I'll attend. Is there anything Lady Arabelle needs of me? Ah, yes. After all this trouble, such a request isn't all that surprising. Very well. Tell Lady Arabelle Count Stefan shall attend the peace talks with a contingent of his finest knights at his side. Will that do? How my father ever accomplished anything with the constant parade of supplicants and requests, I'll never understand. Or Archdruid Revolve, for that matter. Now I know what it's like when everyone is constantly vying for a moment of your attention. No, it's not all that bad. Stressful, yes, but rewarding in its own way. You know, I really do like making decisions that help people. And I've even gotten the nobles and druids to sit down together. Once. Maybe my plans will work out after all.
I bide my time until I find the far shores by chronicling what I witness here.
Shorty Pounce is ready to sail the moment Queen Irene calls for us.
Pounce is ready. I could use some quiet time for a change.
Maybe you spoke too soon, Casca. Look who it is. Always a pleasure, Five Claw, but you also tend to bring trouble to Zaji. And more work. So what is it this time? A Periite cult? Vampire armies from deep underground, what? Zaji and Casca are invited? Well, as expected, of course. After all Zaji has done, it is only natural to want him there to observe, and to keep the Queen and the others safe. But Casca too, really? Oh, very well, if Lady Arabelle insists. Zaji and Casca will leave for the islet at once, and will bring along a few of the Pounce's crew. A little extra muscle never hurts, yes? There is always a chance, Five Claw. It may be very, very small. So small that you cannot see it with the naked eye, but it is there nonetheless. This one does hope it works out, though. War is a terrible business indeed.
You're just in time, Five Claw. We're about to head out to the Pounce. Zaji wants her ready to sail at a moment's notice. Yes, but according to Zaji, the Queen's in a terrible mood. He thinks she'll raise anchor and leave the proceedings the first time something stupid comes out of Emmerich or Ernskar's mouth. Hence, our sudden burst of activity.
Friend, what a pleasant surprise. What brings you back here so soon, friend? Not another danger to the archipelago, I hope. I'm neither an elder nor an archdruid. Shouldn't Lady Arabelle invite one of them? Most of the surviving senior members of the Circle are deep in discussions about the Dreyfa. Very well. Tell her I'll attend the talks. I'm pleased that Lady Arabelle thought to include the druids of the archipelago in the peace talks. As you have seen, events on the mainland reach even to our distant shores. Still, I wish we had archdruids or elders available for the task. Perhaps one day, but I'm much too young to be called an elder. Don't you agree? As for archdruid, one doesn't just receive that accolade. Only druids of immense presence and power ever achieve such a rank. Will I someday? We shall see.
and Casca have arrived! The party may now begin! All right, Zachi supposes they should finish the peace talks first, then the party.
Five Claw! Isn't this exciting? Oh, Lady Arabelle said to send you into Memorial Hall as soon as you arrived. She definitely wants to talk to you.
I'm not sure why the Lordling invited me to this, and I'm not sure why I decided to come. I suppose it's interesting to see how the various alliances negotiate. It appears to be a lot less bloody than the functions I've attended in Piandronia.
Over here, dear. Time to get this conference started. I see everyone has arrived. Well done, dear. And I did my part as well. The Alliance leaders are already downstairs. Oh, just the usual hemming and hawing. I just applied my natural charisma and threatened them with bodily harm. The leaders do want a word with you, though, if you're willing to indulge them.
I'm pleased that Lady Arabelle thought to include the druids of the archipelago in the peace talks. As you have seen, events on the mainland reach even to our distant shores. Still, I wish we had archdruids or elders available for the task.
I heard what Lady Arabelle told you. Well, you can't keep the leaders of the three alliances waiting. That's a capital offense, I believe. Go on downstairs and present yourself. We can catch up later.
Hello, mate. I understand that what's about to happen here is in no small part because of you. Don't mind me. I'm just an observer. The Mages Guild rightly sent Valencia to represent our interests here.
Look around, friend. All these people are here because of you. I don't know what we would have done without you.
Lord Bacaro a villain. Rogue knights collaborating with druids? And what was that about sea elves? This visit to the archipelago has been one surprise after another. I owe you a lot, friend. You saved my life, and you saved my realm. I've ignored the druids of the archipelago for too long. The few I've met over the years seem, well, quaint, eccentric. I thought their insistence on clinging to the ancient ways was harmless. But I forgot about the dark roots of their tradition. The weirds of High Rock distanced themselves from politics, but the druids of old were a different breed. They used fearsome magic to rule over the early Bretons, either directly or from behind the scenes, and they jealously guarded their power. Why in oblivion not? I've been here this long. What's another few days? If the Breton legacy has a dark side, it also shows courage and commitment. If Irene and Ernskar are willing to talk, so am I. But I wonder if Lord Bacaro had the right idea. Oh, not about the whole Ascendant Lord and murder thing, but about finding someone other than one of us to sit on the throne. I can't imagine Irene or Yoren agreeing to bow down to me willingly, and I feel the same way. We'll just have to see.
There you are, and the hero of the day again. I knew we weren't done with the Ascendant Order after the assault on All Flags Islet, but I never imagined it was Lord Bacaro who betrayed us. That's what my father would expect, but I don't feel that I'm quite done here yet. Nothing in my instructions covers what's happened so far, and Lord Bacaro's treachery calls into question the very sanctity of these peace talks. I wouldn't say that. I came here to do a job, and I think it can still be done. I plan to send word to the Skull King, tell him I'm staying, at least as long as Emmerich and Irene agree. Lord Bacaro may have deceived us, but peace is still possible. He won't be happy about the way Lord Bacaro manipulated him, but when I explain what happened here, and what you did, friend, he'll support my decision. He really is an excellent king, my father. But don't tell him I said that.
I like to think I'm not easily fooled. But not in 1,000 years would I have guessed that Lord Bacaro was the secret leader of the Ascendant Order. No one argued more eloquently for a lasting peace than he did. The revelation that these talks were merely part of the Ascendant Lord's plan to seize power makes it difficult. But as far as we can tell, the Society of the Steadfast Intentions are pure. And I think Lord Bacaro might have outsmarted himself. Bacaro wanted to prove his worth. Show us that by blood and circumstance, he was the best suited to take power. Instead, through his actions as the Ascendant Lord, Emmerich, Ernskar, and I learned that we could actually work together. I think so, yes. I've come to believe that Emmerich and Ernskar want peace as badly as I do, and I'm willing to see where these discussions lead. We may not come to any conclusions, but isn't the possibility worth the effort? I think it is.
Your attention, please. Lady Arabelle requests that everyone join her in the reception hall. Friend, may we speak? Finally, we get a moment to ourselves. I did want to speak with you before Lady Arabelle gets on with the important business. I wanted... damn, this went better in my head. I've never been as good at speaking my mind as my father was, or Archdruid Raval. Now he was an orator. Sorry, I'm babbling. Let me start over. Thank you for everything, my friend. Now don't start with that sort of nonsense. Of course I need to thank you. You saved us all. What kind of count would I be? What sort of friend? If I didn't let you know how much what you've done for us means to me. All right, I've taken up enough of your time. I know how eager Lady Arabelle is to get the peace talks underway. We'll talk later. Now go speak to Lady Arabelle and let her know everything is ready for her to begin.
Have I mentioned how much I detest public speaking? Goes against all my training as a spy and agent of the king. I'm supposed to hear all the important bits of dialogue, not recite them. Ah, well, before all that, I want to share something with you. Yes, I do. As we conclude this business with Lord Bacaro and the Ascendant Order, I want you to know how much your help has meant to me. Take this as payments for services above and beyond the call of duty. Now, I have a speech to deliver, my dear. We stand here today because of Lord Bacaro, what he brought together through the Society of the Steadfast, and what he tried to bring about as the Ascendant Lord. Instead of dividing us, instead of defeating and conquering us, he showed us what's possible when we work side by side. And through the courage and sacrifice of many of the people gathered here, as well as the nature spirit free, we persevered and won the day. Now to our royal guests, I say, let's recognize our friend, and then start the talks.
Our friend has performed above the call of duty. I name them Champion of the Covenant.
Not so fast, Emmerich. I name them Champion of the Dominion.
Then I name them Champion of the Pact.
Your Majesties, please. All of that would never fit on the medal. Let's just agree on Champion of the Alliances, shall we?
Oh, very well.
I can live with that.
If you insist.
This is the part of the story I hate the most, when we must inevitably say goodbye. As much as I try to avoid it, I have a terrible habit of growing quite attached to the people I work with. All that said, I will miss you most emphatically, my dear. My contract with the Society of the Steadfast doesn't end until the peace talks conclude. And who knows how long the Alliance leaders will yell at each other now that they've finally started. After that, some travel, some writing, some time to relax. Truthfully, I'm not sure. I hope Emmerich and the others can work something out. There's been more than enough blood spilled over the Ruby Throne for my taste. Alas, things like this aren't up to me. I do think there's a chance, though, thanks to you. I rarely have to look, dear. They seek me out. I would like a little time to recover from this ordeal, though. My old bones don't spring back like they once did. And I really want to find someone to, let's say, share a bottle or two with. Yes? These accusations that I'm some clandestine writer of tawdry thrillers are beginning to rankle, dear. I understand that the next Vale novel will feature an unlikely location, a new romantic interest, and a villain of epic proportions. Or so I heard.
I assume you're off on another adventure after this. Take me with you. I'm not sure I'm ready to deal with the responsibilities that come with my new title. No. Both my father and Archdruid Raval taught me better than that. It is tempting, though, to pick a direction and just go. But there are challenges to take on right here in the archipelago. I think I'm actually looking forward to them. Dual heritages? Do you refer to Bretons being half-elf, or are you talking about my noble versus druid upbringing? Well, either way, there's nothing to reconcile. All of that is a part of me. Makes me who I am. If anything, I want to make use of it all. I think I have more than enough on my plate with Galen and building better relations with the druids. But I don't believe in the feud that has plagued the noble houses of the Sisters for years. If High Isle needs help, House Mornard will provide it. After all that has happened, I suppose I can confide in you. I'm going to ask Druid Laurel to stay in Vastir. Help me as a liaison between the city and the Druid circles. And if we also find time to renew a friendship of old, well, we shall see.
What an inspiration you are. So productive and efficient. Watching your promotion from lowly guard to a mineral surveyor to savior of the Isles gives me hope. It also makes me a bit jealous. I worked so hard. I hope my efforts pay off financially. Naturally, one must always stay working. Maximizing effort means increased income and respect. I should offer my services to all the assembled dignitaries. That's how I get my name out there. Safely and productively, thanks to you, I found a rich vein of ebony that quite pleased House Mornard. I assume they'll start mining right away. If only I could receive a cut of those profits. But I know they'll spread my name to new clients.
Zaji worries about the leaders. Do you know Zaji once saw Queen Irene decapitate someone with a spoon? A spoon! Ah, well, out of Zaji's paws. But if you ever need us, Five Claw, Casca will come running. Zaji too, but definitely Casca. Zaji...
Peace. I wonder if they'd really do it. I've grown to respect all three leaders in the time we've been assisting them, but I know these are not easy waters to sail. Anyway, if you ever need us, Five Claw, just send word to the Perfect Pounds.
You'd think the Knight Commander would have a nicer office. Well, if I must work here while my own wing of the castle undergoes repairs, I may just have to do some redecorating.
Hey, good looking. Did you miss me? I did go back to the mainland, but a new opportunity went sideways and it seemed prudent to disappear again. You know how it is. And I never miss a party. That's one of the 3 inalienable rules I live by. The other 2 fluctuate, depending. I might. I would like to see how the peace talks turn out. And Lady Arabelle implied she might have more work for me. Something more substantial than ferrying messages. I think she plans to ask me to be her partner. What? It could happen.
That Druid Laurel of the Stonelore Circle. She's trying to get us all to work together. I suppose these peace talks are giving us all ideas. As well as can be expected, Pitov and I are figuring out what it means to be chroniclers. I mean, without the help of a nature spirit. And we talked with Druid Laurel. I think we're going to allow druids from the other circles to come help us.
I should have known you had a hand in all of this, outsider. You seem to have a knack for making hopeless situations turn out for the better. We left the path in the care of the animals who roam it. I have no doubt that they'll be able to deter outsiders from wandering too far into our sacred site. Other druids will join us there soon, and we will rebuild our halls of memory. What choice do we have? Our stories and history are important, perhaps now more than ever. If my understanding of recent events is true, then you know the dangers of burying or misinterpreting the past. History should be learned from, not repeated.
The Society of the Steadfast will continue to provide help wherever it is needed. Whether war or disaster, we will be there to heal, to feed, and to shelter. I give you my word. Lord Baccaro's treachery was his alone. The Society's mission remains.
Well, that's done. What's next for us, I wonder? I do like it here on Galen, and I enjoy spending time with Laurel and Stefan. But I'm an adventurer at heart. The sea calls to me. Perhaps we'll cross paths again, mate. Stranger things have happened.
So much death and destruction because a man spoke a few words in the ancient past. I think I may have learned as much as I care to about the Druid King. Now I need to look to the future. We all do. And we can, thanks to you. Well, not completely. There are still mysteries to solve, secrets to learn. But I also need to concern myself with the present, the future. What's next for the Stonelore and the Druid circles? How do we move forward from here? I do love a challenge. Free isn't gone. They just found a new purpose. And by their actions, they calmed the volcano and saved us all. I'll go to Ivalon, try to commune with Free. Sometimes bound spirits respond, sometimes not. But they'll know I remember, that I care. The remaining elders and archdruids are talking. They'll call a Drafa soon. Then, we'll see. We have to make sure the Firesong return to the true path, and we have to learn to trust them. To trust each other. Again. If Ray will guide us. Stefan suffered some great losses. We all did. But he's strong. He'll make a good leader for Galen. And the druids are already responding to his overtures. Oh, you mean... that's rather personal. Even for us. But Stefan and I... we'll see.
You and Count Stefan have given the Elder Tide much to consider. We always guarded these islands against outsiders. Pirates, yes, but also nobles, settlers, and townsfolk. Now I see we may find friends where once we saw enemies.
My circle lost its way under Archdruid Orlaith. Some of us knew it, but we had gone too far. All we could do was fight on and hope that Orlaith's victory would be worth the price. I regret the things we did and promise to make up for it. Prophecy and faith are powerful things, outsider. And Orlaith told very convincing stories with her words. By the time I saw the truth of where she was leading us, there was no way to oppose her. Orlaith was just too powerful. It's true that a small number of Firesong cling to Orlaith's lies. But the rest of us, we want to make amends. Work with the other circles and see what comes of Count Stefan's overtures. We'd like to be part of the future of the archipelago.
Look around, friend. All these people are here because of you. I don't know what we would have done without you.
Now the discussions to resolve seasons of conflict begin. This is an important moment, friend. And you made it happen. Even if the peace talks fail, good things will come of this. They must. And know that you always have a place with the Stone Lore.
All these lords and ladies. Usually I stay out of sight around these types. I'm not sure how to act while mingling with them. It's worth it to celebrate you, partner. You always seem to show up just when you're needed. We met our contact after leaving Lanshara. I thought Umindior would take credit, but he didn't care. All he could think about was that Neri woman. The pay was good, but the experience was more important. I really think this is the life for me. Money and adventure aren't the only reason I got into this life. I have something important I need to do. Someone I need to find. I don't really want to get into it now. But if you ever land in a bar's landing, maybe we can work together again.
I suppose I should offer my congratulations. Not only did you help Quen and me, but I understand you combed the volcano. Nicely done. Maybe next you could do something about mud crabs. I really despise the shells and those weird eye stalks.
I'm not sure why the Lordling invited me to this, and I'm not sure why I decided to come. I suppose it's interesting to see how the various alliances negotiate. It appears to be a lot less bloody than the functions I've attended in Piandronia.
Who knows? Perhaps Raz will meet a nice druid boy while he is here. This one likes plans as much as the next Khajiit. Galen really is quite beautiful, yes? Of course, of course. You would think Raz was going to curl up and fall asleep right here at your feet. Huh. Actually, that is not a bad idea.
Well done, my friend. Well done. The Daggerfall Covenant will not forget your actions here in the archipelago, and on a more personal note, neither will I. Now, we can get on with these blasted talks. Finally. Thanks to you.
Let me add my thanks to all these accolades, my friend. Your courage and resolve stopped a true villain from gaining terrible power, and you saved many lives. You have the gratitude of the Aldmeri Dominion, and of its queen.
Congratulations, friend. You earned every honor the Society and the other alliances want to bestow on you, as well as the gratitude of the Ebonheart Pact. I'll get the Skull King to issue a separate proclamation. He'll be sorry he missed all this.
Are we ready to begin, Your Majesties?
I suddenly feel extremely humble.
Well, gentlemen, shall we?
I suppose we shall. We did endure much to get to this point, after all.
Then, let us see how possible peace may be.